Hello?
Is John One available, please?
Yeah, speaking.
John,
Good.
yeah?
Who?
William Pepere, I'm calling from Tikitiki.
Oh, yes.
Yes, how are you?
All right, thanks.
Yes, I was just asking to give you a ring,
Mm-hmm.
inquiring about your booking for the 6th
Yeah,
on April.
yeah, I haven't made any firm...
Sorry, on May, sorry.
yeah, May. I haven't made any firm decision yet until I have a hui over in Taranaki at Parihaka, so I didn't want to because I'm be one of the main speakers there, and all the tribes will be going there from Ngāpuhi mixed with them, and also with Jim Wikotu on the Haha blocks, and also in Kuterere. So we're just trying to arrange how we're going to have a hui after that one in either your marae or Hine Waipu, preferably your marae, because that's the history that I'm going on for that marae, the Wanoa part of the East Island and Raiate Island. I'm putting all that together and to hook into that marae back to 1831, the first church in New Zealand there. So I'm joining all of that up to the Bay of Islands, to the 1834 flag. That's the first title sole British land here that I'm doing. So that's the beginning of what's been lost in all the treaty settlements. They've forgotten about that. I've put that all together in Waitangi Marae, the Native Court, and brought it over from Okiato in Kororareka and put it into the Waitangi Marae, then opened up the Native Court in the Te Marae. Then we're taking it to Taranaki, Toi Kairako, that's the son, Ngati Apa, to Toi Kairako, the father on Hikurangi Mountain. Those, I've got the Moriori history from Mohi Manukau, that everything came from Chatham Islands to here. And I've got all that on record, and the British have got it, so I'm joining all that up back to Rangitukia, the first landing there of the Church of England. And that's history should have been told with the mountains, the 3 mountains. I put that on my Facebook site, the whakapapa for Manukau Land Company in Scotland. They put all the titles together right through the world from that history. So that's been locked up in the Waitangi Marae, run by the iwi, but not given back to the hapu. The hapu should have had a say. And so I'm putting that hapu story back into the Rahui Marae, an appropriate name as it is, for the land. It's the land title, that's the first land title from Britain, and the Reverend Wanoa and the Reverend Ka. The Reverend Ka was the C-A-R-R to K-A-A. That connection is 1831, the first settlers with the native. Do you see? So that's real history, that's reliable and credible to the British Westminster. That's changing right now. We have a place there right now because the whole political structure has changed. They're having a re-election now to straighten out Westminster, and I'm going there under the mandate of these 3 mountains, the Mount Hikurangi, the father of Mount Cook, which is Aoraki. Well, it's called Aorangi, next to Hikurangi on the mountain there. These are the landmarks that Mohi Manukau gave me. So I put all the Manukau history together, and the Judge Rogan from Australia and New Zealand married the Manukau's and the Wanoas. They're the judges that put all this stuff. I'm doing judges stuff. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to put back into that marae and the church, and join the 2 partners together. That's a king's title to Admiralty, mortgage lands. That's mortgaged the whole world. And the Queen is just a subject of a Vice Admiral of the Admiral King that I'm representing as a surrogate of the King and the flag he gave us to trade, and that's what I'm putting the flag in that church in the marae and up in Ngāpuhi land. So the Ngāpuhis have gone with it. They've actually let me do all the talking at Taranaki back to Tikitiki. So that's what I wanted the hui for, to open up the history. So if you,
I'll have to cut you shortly, John,
yeah,
because Auntie, we were just wanting to know to verify your booking.
yeah, maybe a week later from that, I'll try and give you a week's notice. Any time after the 1st of May, the hui up in Parihaka. So I can book it with you a week or two after that date. I'll wait till I get cleared mandate from there before I bring the mandate back to Rahui.
Yeah, so we'll put you down after the 1st of May. You'll be
Yeah, any time after the 1st of May, I'll get back to you because I want to put it in that marae to put the history correct. All right, and that waka down on the Rangitukia block, I'm on that block there as an owner. So I'm trying to hook that back up to the mountain and recover it and fix it up and make it, I've got a lot of plans that I want to come back home and do them because I'm in the right position to do these things. But I wanted to get the foreshore seabed, the titles, the British, the whole political thing right first, and the chiefs.
Yeah, that's good on you. Well, we got it down here
Yeah.
for the 6th on
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Booked in for the marae on the 6th on Saturday.
Yeah,
And you'll
tentative.
let us know any time after the 1st of May when you to confirm your booking.
Yeah, to tentative for now.
Tentative for now.
Yeah, and I'll confirm it because I'll have a better idea of who's coming from the other hui.
Back to us after the 1st and
Yeah.
you can to let us know that
Yeah.
it's going to be or not going to be.
Yeah, if not, it'll be a week later, 2 weeks later. I'll give a bit of time to myself.
About 2 weeks before.
Yeah, okay. It's running out of time at the moment. Yeah, for me, a week later it's all right, or 2 weeks later after that, if I don't get it, okay?
Okay. He says 2 weeks later on after this, it's all right.
Yeah, it's all right. Any time after that's okay.
He said 2 weeks afterwards, it's all right for him. If it's okay, we can have it 2 weeks afterwards.
Yeah,
So you can either go
6th or later. If I can't get on 6th, I'll just have it later.
the 8th or the 9th,
Any time after that.
2 weeks.
Yeah, any time after that.
You got the 7th or the 7th and the 8th available,
Yeah, I'll write that down. 7th, 8th,
and 9th and 10th and 11th.
10th, 11th. Yeah, I'll put those down as tentative. Okay, as long as I know that, so that I don't.
I just want to know if we can have the 6th or Saturday
Yep,
for a trustee meeting for our marae.
that's okay.
That's okay?
Okay.
And we can put you on a 7th or an 8th.
Yeah.
Tentative booking.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Okay, that's all right. I've just made a note.
Okay, fella.
I made a note.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
Okay, mate.
Bye.
Thank you, John.
Okay. There you go. That was good. William Pepere just called me just now from Rahui Marae, my own family marae in Urupa, burial ground for the Wanoas, at Tikitiki. And I wasn't expecting a call, but I had tentatively, or I booked the marae for the 6th of May, but I want a bit of more time because I might delay things to give myself a bit of time to finish the writ warrant, and but I'll be taking that across to Parihaka on the 1st of May 2017. It's a Monday, and that's not too far away. It's only about a week and a half away. So now that we've established the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th is available, and the 11th, I'll just see what the 11th is. The 11th of May is a Thursday, so I'm going to have to try and reach a Saturday. It depends on what numbers are going. I don't want to book the marae if I know it's going to cost a lot of money and no one can get there because it's a weekday and people work in the week, and the weekend was ideally the best time, but they have meeting on 6th of May. That's okay, I'll work in with the marae, but I want to make it historic. What a day is for hui will be marked down as being in Tikitiki as 1831 CC. I've just told them a few things about the date of the first British church, St Mary's Church, across the road from the marae on the hill, that the arrival of British immigrants to that area of my family and all our hapu there in Tikitiki from Rangitukia landing place of our wakas from the Cook Islands first, and also from other islands from Tahiti, being our own wakas from Raiatea Island in Tahiti, and also Rapa Nui by a spirit that's whisked through the air. And so that's the hidden history of our whakapapa, or our genealogy to Tahiti, and not somewhere in the blue ocean, but marked, clearly marked, in all these videos that I make and statements. I'm just sorting out the Supreme Court at the moment, and the High Court, and Vince Seema, I'll try to get in touch with him. He's the Kiwis First organisation that's up into the Crown Corporation's face of fraud inside the Supreme Court. Sean Elias, I have known and had legal documents sent to her as running a scam corporate crown business inside the Supreme Court and the High Courts of New Zealand. I see a note there from these articles I'm just putting on Facebook right now on this date today, being Thursday the 20th of April 2017. Note that what's his name? The lawyer says that Joe Williams is saying that the I'll read it out. Where's his name? Joe Williams. I'll just read this bit out because while I'm on this video, it's good news that William Pepere rang me from Tikitiki to see if I still want the marae, and I've managed to tell him what the hui is about, and they should put the marae on for free for what I'm doing for the marae, to put its history right back to 1831 that's been forgotten. So you see, he who controls the past controls the future and the present. He who controls the future controls the past. All of the fact evidence that I have, fact evidence, is on YouTube, Twitter, Google and Facebook as being admissible in any court of law, and particularly in New Zealand. They tried to stop it, but it's gone too far. Most evidence comes from social media, direct. Okay, so they're allowing people to do their own court cases to save costs, because the court is cunning to cut back the legal aid to cases that might win and it cost an individual a lot of money, over $1,000, just to get a look in on the High Court. I'm going to do this on social media, court case right in front of them, then write to the court and says I have jurisdiction over the court with my title of the Paramount Chief's mandate of this country as the commercial landowners. You see, this is what I'm saying with this church in Tikitiki. It's been 1831 and the government's jurisdiction is 1840. You see, it doesn't come anywhere near the Church of England, St Mary's, on our land, my own urupa or burial ground memorial. My memorials of my tupuna ancestors are the title holders with the other tupunas there of other such like families. I'm talking for my own family here. The other families can talk for themselves. So I'm talking about Wanoa and who I am and who we are as first settlers on the land with the Moriori, Manukau and Parapara. I can talk for those two families. I can talk for those two because I've got all the history right here. Okay, right here. That you have to rebut it or challenge it or make one that looks like that and sounds like that and is what the British have got. They've got that. Okay? They've got that. I've said it enough times, but I'm saying with Joe Williams, the judge in the Supreme Court, this is what it's saying here. Ignoring, in respect of judicial reviews, Section 9 of the Judicature Amendment Act 1972 requires every party to proceedings in which any decision to which the application relates was made shall be cited as a respondent. Notwithstanding this requirement, the Supreme Court judges instructed counsel to seek their names be removed. This is the judges removing their names that Vince Sima put on his complaint to the courts that the court judges are crooked fraudsters. Right? He doesn't say it like how I do, but he's making his claim costing him money to take the judges to court. Notwithstanding this requirement, the Supreme Court judges instructed their counsel to seek their names be removed. You see, they're telling them to remove their names off a writ or off an case against them, naming them as criminal. And they're telling their counsel in the court to remove their names from being targeted as criminal. This is what Vince Sima is saying. They stopped his case. And then they wanted their names removed. And they got them removed. You see, that's criminal. The criminals, I'm saying, they're pirates inside the courts. That's why I'm going right over the top of them in conducting our own hearing from Parihaka Marae. Okay? That's a higher court on the Marae. And that's a mountain to Hikurangi Mountain in Tikitiki, in Hiruharama, or that area of our title to Toika. Okay, I'm saying here, rather than do this informally under Section 9 and Section 10 of the Act, the Judges' Council sought Mr. Rabson appear to answer the application and then went after him for costs despite his lack of opposition to their application. Ignoring the legal requirements imposed by Section 9 of the relevant statute, Joe Williams, J's 100-word ruling on the judges' application proclaimed The position is clear that the judges of the Supreme Court are not properly joined and are struck out accordingly. The award of costs is appropriate. That's Joe Williams, the highest court judge that's been relegated into the Supreme Court or the High Court, one of the two, I think. Revson appealed to the Court of Appeal where the registry variously assigned an incorrect file number, lost his application and claimed to be on stress leave after the November 2016 Wellington earthquake. Now this is really, really bad. I'm using this against the courts to block them from trying to turn over my case against them out of court. I'm going straight into Britain from the Marae as a higher authority of jurisdiction over this country with the titles. I have the titles, I'm going to put them online soon, but I'm just putting the application or the writ warrant last page together. That's why I'm taking a bit of time. It's 10 pages altogether, and I'll explain it on a video today. After this one, I'll put this one online just to let you know that I'll be completing it today, so I can prepare myself for Parihaka in plenty of time, being the 20th today. The 28th is the last day for anyone online that I've named. There's all the names there. I'll say them out here while I'm on this video so that it'll fit the video. Afterwards, I've written their names down. I'm going to rattle them off in front of you, and your name is on this video as on notice. You're notified publicly, and then you will get a separate notice from me by email or any other way I can get it to you on your Facebook site or somehow rather. But I'm making public notices that you have 14 days from the 14th of April to the 28th of April before to rebut all that I'm putting together in this title. You have to rebut this title of the Manukau 1830 birth certificate saying I was here. I'm saying I was here at Tikitiki with the 1831 Church of England. Okay? Bishop or Reverend Carr, C-A-R-R, and its name C-A-K-A-A, Carr. That's my friend Robert Carr and his family and my family. Those two families in that St. Mary's Church in Tikitiki as being proof of claim I was here and he was here. Okay, you got that? And Mahi Manukau here saying I was here in the birth certificate and this, whakapapa, I was here in 1830 and your jurisdiction, Bill English and John Key, is 1840. You've stuck yourself to 1840. We're talking 1830 jurisdiction here of Admiralty and this flag, 1834 flag, right? The first British sails through the Manukau Land Company in Scotland, Glasgow, Britain, UK. This man, okay, his tupuna or ancestor, Te Waikato Wharahere Manukau, put that native title together in Cambridge, England to Cambridge, here in New Zealand, in the Waikato area of Hamilton and Maungatautari Mountain. That's his mountain and his chief. Okay, I'm telling you, you're not going to get away with it. All you people in New Zealand government, New South Wales and New Zealand Company versus Manukau Land Company, Glasgow, Scotland, Britain, UK, title, jurisdiction. and jurisdiction of Admiralty mortgage liens, bank loans, Bank of England Act and pound note, the Moai pound note, debtor instrument, levy on you, lot. Okay, right. Now I just saying Section 10 provides them an informal mechanism to have a lower court colleague remove them, and costs in their favour is customarily reserved for those intemperate souls who oppose their will, which Radson had not. See? So if the registrar succeeds in helping, if the registrar listen up. If the registrar succeeds in keeping the Supreme Court judges from being properly named in this appeal against a High Court order obtained on their instructions and in their favour, one legal dilemma becomes whether any costs order can be considered lawful, as 400 years have defined it, where the recipients are exempt from appeal or court standing. Yet the greater injustice may likely be that the legal and factual issues are concealed from public view. The High Court and now the Court of Appeal have issued unreasoned findings that costs orders which defy statutory requirements are appropriate when Supreme Court judges are the benefactors of this Orwellian view. The stain on the legal fabric of New Zealand resulting from the Supreme Court registrar hiding such legal exemptions by judges on New Zealand's highest court must give every law-respecting citizen concern as to what other judicial actions are being hidden, particular in light of this court's functus officio decree in Greer v. Smith, which prohibits public access to the court record where any one judge objects. There, I'll say that. Okay, in this case, because we've got some proof running here, and I'm going to tell you all the names that I've written here, or I'll read them straight off the document. I'll read them straight off the document. I will read them when I come to be doing the writ warrant. I just want to tell you on this video, so the more times I roll it over online, it becomes factual information and everybody is getting to see it. Okay, when we get financial, we will pay the Facebook their fees to get it out to more people, but at the present time I'm just limiting the output of how many I can get to. And nevertheless, it's on record. It's on record and online as being credible evidence, admissible in any court of law or in the High Court of Admiralty, which is our court, and on the Maraes, and in the district courts and Supreme Courts of New Zealand. Okay, in this case I'm treating the Marae as the highest court on the land here, because we have our own Admiralty flag jurisdiction over all mortgages, banks and commercial liens. Okay, with this one all lien right over the top of them. Right, I want to read this bit here. The list of names posted here are who are accused are criminal fraudsters on the Moai Crown lands in front of the world audience witnessing this King William IV Admiralty Court Martial Grand Jury Trial Court hearings by social media, Facebook, YouTube videos, Twitter feed, Google and Marae native courts that are open for legal cases, hearings under Moai Crown, King William IV British Land Laws of England dual government, land court business here in New Zealand, Pacific Islands, and in 250 countries through the world under the 1834 Declaration of War Emergency Flag. Here are the names. If I read your name out today, on this day, the 20th of April 2017, you are on notice served here, publicly, internationally, and social media, on Facebook and on this video, YouTube. Here is your name. First, Bill English, Prime Minister of New Zealand. John Key, ex-Prime Minister of New Zealand. Elizabeth Windsor, Queen of Brussels, EU, Parliament. Jerry Mateparae, ex-Governor General of New Zealand and Ambassador to New Zealand under the National Government of New Zealand, fraudsters. Patsy Reddy, the current Governor General. Helen Clark, ex-Prime Minister of New Zealand Labour. Te Araroa Flavel, Minister of Maori Affairs. Selwyn Parata, Chairman of Ngati Runanga. Herewini Muturangi Tekoha, CEO of Te Runanga or Ngati Pro. Paula Bennett, Deputy Prime Minister of New Zealand. Simon Powers, Minister of Energy, New Zealand. Jerry Brownlee, Minister of Economic Development. John Martin, Chief of Navy, New Zealand. Aaron Pascoe, CIB, Detective, Otahu Police and Central Police Station, previous. Tim Duffy, CIB, Police, Detective, Auckland Central Police Station. Natalie Flower-Dew Brown, CIB, Auckland Central Police Station. James Pierce Brown, Land Occupier, 77 Cook Street, Auckland. Simon Brent Roundtree, Land Occupier, 77 Cook Street, Auckland. Shortland Street, Office. Jerry Brownlee, Minister of Earthquakes. Oh, I've seen him before. Down on to Andrew MacDonald, conveyancing lawyer for Doug Rickard Bell, 2012 case. Mark Hornibrook, conveyancing lawyer for Doug Rickard Bell, Cook Street, 77 Cook Street, or 1/61 Cook Street, 61 Cook Street, 98 Wellesley Street, Auckland. Central, Douglas Rickard Bell, previous owner of Cook Street, 77 Cook Street, 66 Cook Street, 1/61 Cook Street, 98 Wellesley Street. Ray White, real estate. David Bailey, real estate, at Seoul Cook Street. John Bailey, real estate, company that sold Cook Street. Shannon Withers, my barrister, that broke my contract with him for my case. didn't help my case against Cook Street. Sided with those lawyers and the land occupiers and the judge and the Auckland District Court and the police, sided with them all, and the other suspects on the Cook Street takeover of the property, unlawful arrest, and stolen my birth certificate, criminal offence. Rangitukia, trustee of O7B, Hapu 7B, land block Rangitukia. Victor Goldsmith, trustee, CEO of Hapu block, T47 block, Manangaro land block. Gary Dazel, new occupier of 356 Lawton Point Road, Lawton Point Motel. Marija Daziel, co-occupier of Lawton Point Motel on my land block that I'm seizing back all these years. It's an Urapa gravesite of my wanoas in Tikitiki on Rahui Marae and Marae and Rongomai Tapui Marae in Te Araroa. Those are my Urapa sites that motel is sitting on, the offence. James Tuta, CEO of Te Tumutumu Paeroa, Married Trustees Office, Gisborne. Jackie Hunia, Deputy of the Te Tumutumu Paeroa Trust in Gisborne. Anand Satnam, ex-Governor General of New Zealand, you were given notice and you failed to respond to our notice from the Confederation of Chiefs and his flag, and went ahead without any regard for the chiefs and the paramount chiefs and myself, the sheriff. Geoffrey Palmer, Labour Prime Minister, changed the Constitution to 1986 from 1852 UK Constitution. That's our business. That's our business in the King's Bench Native Grand Jury Trial Court and Britain UK partners in this flag contract, private contract. You broke that constitution up into your own New Zealand constitution and fiddled with its principles of the Treaty of Waitangi by changing to suit yourself and your private companies against our private company interests of this flag jurisdiction of Admiralty. You broke this law and our paramount chief's law and this title to this country, the Manukau Land Company titles, authority, okay? And last of all, surely last, and the Lombard Bank and you're mixed up with a horse scan of that time, and I warned you of opening this government up with no queen. You have no seal of the court, you have no seal of Westminster, you have no seal against the seal inside this flag, the black seal, around the red cross is our seal of the Navy partnership, military protection against pirates, and you are a pirate. You're all pirates. I name you as pirates on the high seas under this Admiralty flag jurisdiction of the King's Bench Native Lnd Court. We have writ warrant against you in 10 pages. You have to refute, deny, rebut, challenge, or all in videos. You have to counter claim what I'm saying on this video, that you are criminal fraudsters operating on our ancestors, paramount chiefs, commercial landowners' land. You have no jurisdiction or constitution or title to your separate names. We are pulling you out separately to broke your own Crimes Act 1961, New Zealand Crimes Act 1961. You've broken the Crimes Act 1951, New Zealand, and you've broken our 1830, 1831, 1834 Acts of King William IV Westminster government that we're using currently right now in this private contract flag jurisdiction of Admiralty, court-martial, financial martial law. For that, you are fined directly as single persons of what Joe Williams, judge, is saying that you're liable. He's saying you're liable. I'll read it out once more time. Ignoring the legal requirements imposed by Section 9 of the 1908 Judicature Act, under the Section 9 of the Judicature Amendment Act 1972, requires every party to the proceedings in which any decision to which application relates was made shall be cited as a respondent. Right? You have to be cited as a respondent. You have to respond to what I'm saying. I'm reading it. This is the Judicature Act 1908 under this 1972 Act, that ignoring this legal requirement imposed by Section 9 of the relevant statute, Joe Williams J's Judge's 100-word ruling on the judge's application proclaimed the position is clear that the judges of the Supreme Court are not properly joined and are struck out accordingly. An award of costs is appropriate. We're going to bill you under that statement of that judge. We're going to bill debtor, levy debtor, charge you under that, and I'm citing it right to your face right now, right from here. Rabson appealed to the Court of Appeal where the registry variously assigned an incorrect file number on that. This is Vince Seamer case. lost his application and claimed to be on stress leave after November 2016 Wellington earthquake. So this is just a recent case, and I'm citing it. I'm citing this as being by Vince Seamer, April the 5th, 2017. I'm just reading it. In another page from the secret court files of New Zealand's highest court is the cloak and dagger appeal of Rabson versus Judicial Conduct Commissioner SC2 SC21 2017. No one can tell by the registry's file reference that this appeal concerns a cost order obtained in favour of Supreme Court Justices Sean Elias, William Young, and these are the criminals, William Young, Susan Glazebrook, Terence Arnold and Mark O'Regan. The registrar has repeatedly refused to allow his judicial bosses to be properly named in the appeal, writing the appellant on the 13th of March 2017. The High Court struck out the Supreme Court judges as the second respondents, and as such they are not included in the application for leave to appeal. You see, they have covered their backs, and that is the offence against the paramount chiefs. I'm citing these statements of this real live case as being over the top of that court or anything the police has against me to try to stop me from taking Cook Street. I'm using this citation on this video as my proof of claim that the justice system at the very top end is corrupted and fraudulent, that I'm billing them. Anyway, these names I've just said there, as well as Sean Elias. She has been crooked all along because she's in the mafia gang of the Rothschild banks and John Key in the Panama Papers that have been covered up. All the tax fraud here in this country I'm bringing to account as the sheriff of this country and surrogate King William IV of Westminster, England. Okay, got that? So I will never need to go any further than that, than to make this statement, and I will contact Vince Seamer to hook in with him to get him on board, straight to England. Okay, I need the best of brains in the courts, right in the coalface of justice in this country for the people, the King's people, not the Queen's people, the King's people. The Queen is corrupted. That's why I'm saying I've made statements that I'm going to England to sack her as our head trustee of the Queen Victoria Trust, that the King William IV Maui Crown Trust will seize everything off the Queen and that trust and audit the books. Okay, we're going to audit the books here in New Zealand and audit the Supreme Court and all the NZ Invest Limited business of the Crown corporations under the New Zealand companies, New South Wales, New Zealand government in Wellington. Okay, they're on notice. You're on notice, spell English. You're on notice as a legacy to John Key and his Panama Papers I've got on file. I already got you people in affidavits before that you've failed to refute or failed to respond. As singled out persons now, the courier law or the King's Bench law is the courier law of the Pope. Francis has demolished all your acts and your laws of Admiralty and also your laws of canon law, courier law, civil law and UCC laws, Admiralty law, off challenging us we are using King William's Admiralty law direct to Westminster government under the Brexit government and the re-elections to stamp our authority inside that Parliament in the new elections coming out. I will send a letter off from the Paramount Chief of Taranaki on this video as proof that I will send a mandate straight to Theresa May, the current Prime Minister of Britain UK Westminster, that we're coming in as Paramount Chief's partners to Brexit in the Moai Crown King William Trust dual government with Westminster from Plymouth County in Devon, Port, England, on King William IV's memorial property, estate, land and court. I'll be sitting in there with the Moai Crown King William IV Native Grand Jury Trial Court in Plymouth County, with the county sheriff there and the sheriff myself here as being complementary there of jurisdiction and authority to take into Westminster Parliament from that county court. To open up the Westminster Parliament with King Ernest Augustus V and his son Ernest Augustus, Prince Regent, in waiting to be the King of Britain, UK, Hanover, Commonwealth countries of the world, and New Zealand, Pacific Islands. Okay, that's how it works. And I'm the ambassador for New Zealand and the head trustee of the King William IV Moai Crown Trust account, seizing on the Queen Victoria Trust account back into a defaulted King estate inheritance account from the Queen Elizabeth Queen Victoria Trust account and HM Treasury account seized back into the King William IV, King William III, St. Patrick's Order, St. Mary's Church Order, custody, and the Moai Crown Paramount Chiefs of Aotearoa, New Zealand and Pacific Islands account, the Moai Power Note, the Moai Powerhouse Bank, the Moai Powerhouse Group Limited Company in Britain, UK, and Ngā Tuewa Aotea Limited Company in New Zealand, and Moai Crown Company authority in account. Okay, that's all I want to say. So thank you very much. We'll see you later, and I'll have the other video up for you a little later. Bye for now. John Wanoa, Auckland, New Zealand.